What's up, everybody? This is Glenn here from Hawaii Trading Academy. This is Topic Tuesday, where we dive into trading topics ranging from anywhere from strategies to management to attitude to mindset, psychology, anything in between, anything related to trading. Right? We're kicking off our mini series and continuing that through trading psychology yesterday, or no, not yesterday, sorry, it was Labor Day, still coming over from the weekend. Last week we started with resiliency, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, resiliency. We started with resiliency in the market and why that plays a key role in our trading performance. Glad you guys are was able to watch that and join us that last week. So this week we're going to be continuing part 2 of our mini series, and which is the winning attitude. Now, this isn't groundbreaking stuff because many of you should be familiar with winning and attitude, right? Combine the two. But as we go through our trading careers and journey, we need that reminder, that kick, that the community of people who are like-minded, who are just wanted to bring positivity around. Because today, like an example, today, if you guys were following the markets, Bitcoin took a dump, man, almost 10 grand, just flash dump. And so that brought along with many of the cryptos, they all followed. And on top of that, there were other markets that were, I don't know if it was affected, but it followed suit. And so I got whipped out of many of my positions today. But I got a smile on my face. Why? Because I got a winning attitude. Okay. Which brings us to tonight's topic. I want to go jump into my share screen. Winning attitude for Topic Tuesday. Let me try to set this up real quick. So definitely take notes as you're rewatching this recording. Lots of good stuff. If you're on your tablet or phones, take screenshots, whatever you got to do, because this is some cool stuff here. Yeah, so let's get started, right? Yep, last week we did resiliency, the capacity to withstand or recover quickly from difficult situations. That is a key role there, resiliency, being able to bounce back. And now, since we are bouncing back, we need to continue with a positive attitude. We can't go through a rough patch just to end up with a negative attitude, because that will affect our performance in the markets. So what does winning mean to you? Like, we like to use definitions, not opinions, for these terms we're using. So win, to be successful or victorious, a contest or conflict, acquire or secure as a result of a contest, conflict, bet, or other endeavor. Attitude, a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something. Typically, that is reflected in a person's behavior. So you put the two together, right? You want to be a successful way of thinking about something, because it does reflect you. And we all know we can go down our contact screen in our phone and we could just automatically start somewhat, like what comes to mind when we see that person's a name or contact info, right? You can see like, okay, this guy's positive, this guy's I'll kind of shy away from talking to them. But that's just the reality of it. And so what do you need a winning attitude for? Why do you need it, right? Because when the going gets tough, like today, prime example, I had some positions in Bitcoin. I think I was long at 46,000, and price was opening up this week at 51,000. Then it just took everything out. Boom. One time, man. So you for one, you see your profits go away instantly. Two, then you take a hit, right? You take a hit and you take a loss. So gonna need grit to outlast the rough times. You got to be self-aware. You got to look for other areas in your life. Is there a common theme? Is it always everyone's fault? Is it is traffic because there's traffic? Is it not your fault for sitting in it? Is it your fault for waking up late, not getting the results you want in life? It all goes back to perspective, right? How you look upon things, a settled way or thinking or feeling, attitude. A continuation on why it's so key, because if you have that negative attitude towards anything outside of trading in life, right, you're gonna always want to find someone or something to blame. Victim mentality, right? And that's not winning. That's not, you got to own it. You got to own it. So this is a self-assessment for those, because sometimes we just go through life and we don't recognize these things, right? When I started out in trading, I was using all of these lines. The market is always after me. Only the wealthy make it. It's not my fault I can't win. It takes money to make money. If only I had more money, I could be successful, right? It's the broker's fault. The broker don't know what they doing. The news caused me to lose. Now I could 100% just use that today in the Bitcoin market. The news, whatever. I don't even know what exactly happened. I heard some was it Ecuador using Bitcoin or announcing it or something, which caused it. I could totally use that scenario and tell that story to myself and tell myself, oh, it's going to be okay because the news caused it and I lost. Nope. That is not the side I will take, because what happens next time? What happens next time we're in a trade and that does happen? Because I'm pretty sure there's a good probability that something like that will happen. You're holding a winning trade, you're well into profits, and it's within overnight, boom, gone, right? So we got to take responsibility, and I take 100% responsibility for my trading performance. I could have moved my stop loss in profit to protect my position, right? But I did not do that. And it's the difference between a winning language and a losing language. You see my mentor right here, Uncle G, Grant Cardone. Attitude is a choice, 100%, right? These lines that you would hear, I use it myself, right? I can't. Let's try to flip that. That's a losing language. Let's flip that to how can I do that? Or, oh, it's too expensive, Glenn. It's too expensive. I can't afford it yet, but it won't define my worth, right? Or it's too risky. No, it's too risky. It's too much. We take risk every day, guys. Okay, so maybe I don't have enough information right now to make a decision. So you can see where the transition is, where the flip in perspective is. Just tweak your thoughts, just tweak the thoughts, because it does start in here and then the body will follow. And so when we change the language, our perspective, our brain will automatically follow and be like, you know what? Yes, they start seeing opportunity instead of just the outcome or the roadblock. So develop a growth mindset with a winning attitude, right? When losing a trade, Don't only feel like you're wrong. Okay. The world's moving. You got all these things happening. You got, current events. You got to go take the kids to school. Break. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because summer is officially over now. You got to go. You got all this stuff, right? And then you lose a trade. Yes, it didn't go your way, but don't trap yourself, right? You got to flip the perspective with associating losses with pain, because that's what many people do so, including myself, and flip it and saying, I took a loss to preserve my capital. I honored my stop loss. I didn't move my stop loss, so my stop loss or my loss would be greater. So it goes back to that mantra we shared last week, live to trade another day, right? So winning attitude. So fear of missing out on the trade. You got the golfing buddies, or you guys at the coffee machine during work, and you hear coworkers be like, "Oh yeah, I jumped on the crypto train earlier last year, 3 years ago, 5 years ago." What comes to mind automatically, right? Dang, I should have done that. Fear of missing out. So what do you do when you go home after that? After that news, right? Say your friend tells you he was in this new crypto years ago, blah, blah, blah. You start searching up. Oh, yeah, what is this Cardano? What is this? Oh, yeah. How can I buy it? Oh, it's only that. Oh. So you start selling yourself, building up reasons, formulating your own reasons on why you should get in based on that one notion of your friend telling you that they were able to jump into this brand new crypto coin, whatever, right? So to pause that when you are in that moment, think about this, right? Instead of like, oh yeah, finding reasons to buy, you should be like, do I have a valid entry in signaling me to get in? Right? If not, if the answer is no, then the current market action has nothing to do with me. Pump the brakes, right? Change of perspective. He was going down that path, just ready to throw some money at the market, make it rain. But that one little moment right there, that little pause, changing your perspective and flipping and really thinking about it from a logical standpoint, then you will have a better reasoning for your actions, whether you still want to pursue it or not. Take those steps, right? FOMO is one of those ones traps a lot of people, and it's okay to miss out because the market ain't going anywhere, at least not in the near time, okay? Within our lifetime, hopefully. The mind is like a parachute. I love this quote. It's useless when closed. I don't know who Frank Zappa is, but it's a great quote. And it totally relates to what we are dealing with, not in just trading, overall life, right? Open-minded people. It's always great. Like you hear all this, how do people get more wise? They didn't have a closed mind, right? So have an open mind, open your ears, open your perspective, right? So high performers have many characteristics in common. And look out for these traits. They're solution-oriented, reactive towards action, not emotions. They're decision makers. They make decisions quick. They don't sit on it for weeks and months on end. When they see a problem, think of a solution, then they act, whether or not they're wrong. If you're wrong, at least you'll find out quicker. That's what Grant says all the time. Setbacks are setbacks, and success will fuel your successes. Okay. So, like I said, they're high performers are willing to be wrong, and it's okay. So because they don't have that, they don't quit. They don't have that negativity attitude, and they use logic in their decisions. Screenshot this, take this down. I mean, this is really key stuff here. And you'll see it in athletes, traders, business people, CEOs, influencers, whoever's people you look up to. You'll see these traits. It's not all the traits, but they will have these key traits that we all can have. We need to make a decision if we want it. This is a great quote from Market Wizards regarding the markets and our topic for winning attitude. If you can't win, let me restart. You can't win if you have to win. If you're risking money, you can't afford to lose. All the emotion pitfalls of trading will be magnified. The need to win fosters trading errors, excessive leverage, lack of planning. So if we need to break this down, the first sentence, if you can't win if you have to win. So a lot of people, when their back is against the wall, they're in the corner, they won't be able to really make the best decisions at the time with a clear mind to be able to get into the flow state and to be able to understand, taking all the information clearly that's being given at the moment of time for them to make a great decision for trading. Okay. What's going to overshadow all that information intake, being present, is that underlying pressure, like I have to get this, I got to. And that will overshadow your clarity. And I go through this too, right? Hedge funds guys, they'll go through this big capital, because it's simply built in with us. It's human nature. It's fine. It is what it is. But if we keep that in our blind spot and we aren't aware of it, then it's going to bite us in the butt, man. And the second sentence, if you're risking money you can't afford to lose, time and time, we get reminded, do not gamble with your money that you need to make a living, put a roof over your heads. That's where discipline comes in. Your relationship with money comes in. And so when you do that, you put the combination of 2 and 2 together, you need the pressure to win. Plus, you're using the money you can't afford to lose. What happens? You over leverage. It's like getting yourself a bigger shovel for digging yourself in. It's going to be that much quicker, man. So steps to develop a winning attitude. Real key, real simple. This is not groundbreaking, but simply a great guideline to get reminded of. Take it into our daily trading routine. Set the commitment, right? Come from a place of purpose. Why do you exactly want to be successful at trading? Is it freedom? Is it family, finance? Get real clear on that. Maybe you want to help make an impact in your community. Maybe you just need a lot of funds to do that, right? Be like, okay, good. It's not the end game. The end game should not be money. The end game should be what that money allows for you to do for your family, your community, whatever, right? Other endeavors you want to accomplish. So you got to set that commitment straight, right? Then you got to create a plan. If you have a figure in your head, be like, you know what? I want to donate $1 million to my church. Cool. Perfect. Now you gotta break it down. Okay. When do I want to do that? In 10 years? Okay. Then I need to save up or be able to create um create a plan. So my brother, you got to create a plan. Okay, over 10 years, what do you want to do if you want to donate $1 million? Then you just do the math, break it down, 100 grand each year. Then you got to break it down as you're trading. So if you're using solely your trading to go create that 100 grand, then you got to go figure that out. Then you take action, right? Now that's a pretty tall order. If you're just starting out, I'd be like, dude, I want 100 grand every year. Tall order, but it's possible. People are killing it. So you don't say no. So you gotta stick to the plan. Remind yourself about rule number 1. Where does that commitment land? And then number 5, you, of course, as you're going through the journey, you want to surround yourself with the right people, right? And that's what we put together this awesome trading community here. So steps to develop a winning attitude. Really good stuff. Screenshot this, write it down if you're following, but real simple, gets you clear. I know we're in 4th quarter now, and that, some people are like on cruise control already. They're thinking about the holidays, and so, but we still got September, October, a little bit of November. We still can make stuff happen. 90 days, we can make it happen. So with that in mind, keep it going, guys. Keep it going.